Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot, but the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not.
Behind me is the Christmas special 992 Turbo. That made it sound like it's some special edition. Welcome back everyone, Cannon with Burger Motorsports. Behind us is the 992 Turbo S you guys recently just saw at the No Fly Zone event just outside of Bakersfield, California at the Shafter Minter Airfield. The car did a best of 164 mile an hour at that day, 91 octane, absolutely nothing done to the car, like 240 miles on it, absolutely crazy. It went straight out to the track. But anyways, we want to see this car go a whole lot faster out at that airstrip. So today we're going to throw a JB4 on it, put some race gas or E85 in it, see how much power it can make. Maybe next week with Jason Brown over at Paradigm on his mainline dyno. The car should make around 700, 710 wheel horsepower with the JB4 and some race gas in it, but only time will tell. Let's go ahead and get the car thrown into the shop right now, get the JB4 thrown on it, and maybe go make some draggy hits out in this like 28-degree weather. I'm freezing, my hands are freezing, so let's get into that heated garage. We just got the car pulled into the shop. Now, if you guys don't know much about these Turbo S's, the car makes 640 horsepower advertised to the crank, as well as 590 foot-pounds of torque. Realistically, they probably make around 620 wheel horsepower, 60 to 130 around a 6.6 to 6.8. The car is a 3.7 liter boxer, or flat six, some of you guys might say. Some of you guys don't want to be related to a Subaru.
Yeah, everybody loves my Subaru, you know? Even my girlfriend's girlfriend loves the Subi.
What? Let's go ahead and start the JB4 install. Pop the, what do you call it? The engine compartment bay? I don't even know what to call it. Whatever we'll call it, engine compartment bay. I don't know, because the engine's not up front, it's in the back, and it's not much of a bay back here. It's a little slit that you get to work with, and it's pretty tricky to take out the sensors that we need to for the JB4. So we'll probably end up removing part of the wing. It's just about 1 or 2 screws or bolts on either side, and we can lift it up and pull it out of the way to get in there. We just got the rear deck lid for the spoiler holder as well as the wing off. We're gonna go ahead and take off the rear latch for the engine bay cover as well right now, because it'll be a little bit easier to get to that back sensor as well as the sensor that sits right below it. There's only 2 sensors on this platform, and then we'll run the OBD2 to the OBD2 port. We have got both of these sensors undone with the new JB4 stuff set aside. We're having Pime send up some extension harnesses because it was an absolute pain. Plug the OBD2 in, and then tomorrow we'll get the extension harnesses put on the JB4, fire this thing up, and go take it out for some runs. So it's been a couple days since we were back here with the Turbo S. We needed the extensions, so I had Pime send the extensions up for us. Thank you, Pime. We're gonna go ahead and get these thrown onto the car now. We've got just about everything else buckled up on it, put it back together with all the back pieces of the spoiler and rear deck lid, and then take it out for a test drive and get some logging. So the extension harnesses are installed now. As you guys can see, we're able to tuck everything nice and cleanly underneath the engine bay. Although it's not much of an engine bay, is it? It's kind of a little slit into the engine, I should say.
2 days later.
We've been fighting the snowy weather here, but we've got the Turbo S at the E85 pump, getting about an E25 mixture put into the tank. We'll make sure to throw in MS109 when we get it to the racetrack this upcoming season. Till then, we're gonna get some draggy runs here today on the car. We're gonna take it out to our private test track, go get some quarter-mile runs on it, get some 60 to 130s. Taking the car up to about a half tank today, about 2.6 gallons of E85 in the tank, and then about 5 gallons of 91 octane. It just so happens that they only have 0% ethanol here, and it's just easiest to fill up here, but it's okay because we can put it in the calculations within the fuel app. We're getting the Turbo S lined up right now to do its first JB4 Map Zero run to see what it does in the quarter mile. The DA today is 2,850, I believe, maybe 2,800 flat. See what this car does. Just ran it. JB4 Map 0 launched. Insane out of the hole. 60 foot, 1.6 bone flat, 1.6 flat, 8th mile, 661 at 107.6 mile an hour. Quarter, 10.24 at 135.2, 0 to 60 in 2.59 on this like horrible road. Super slick, not good whatsoever, but we just jumped it up to JB4 Map 2. It's got E25 in the tank. Let's see what it does. Before he runs this thing, I guess, I need to get my sunglasses on. There we go. Now I can see a whole lot better. Before he launches this, ultimately these quarter mile times really just come down to how well the car gets out of the hole on a surface like this. That being said, we're mostly just looking for the trap speed. I believe, like I just said, it was 135 mile an hour trap right there. If we could see 138 or 139 on JB4 Map 2 right here, it's a great success.
Great success.
I don't want to jinx it or anything, but that thing looked like it launched way harder right there. But man, I don't know, maybe exiting out of first gear right there, it really had all the boost. It's supposed to be an extra 3 PSI. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, but it's got stripes now rather than just one singular stripe going right down the middle of it. Second run done. I genuinely can't believe this. The car, 60 footed, a 1.52, so it got out of the hole even quicker there. 8th mile, 635 at 111.28. Quarter mile, 987 at 139.5. A 987. I don't know if you guys can see this road right now. Look at this. This is like as chip seal trash as it gets. This is not a smooth surface whatsoever. And this car just did a 987 at nearly 140 miles an hour. Here goes JB4 Map 3. A little guess before he gets back. I think we had a little bit more wheel spin right there. So our quarter mile may not be as crazy, which I think it's gonna be hard to replicate another 987 on the street like that again. I'm gonna guess right now we're looking at like a 10 flat, maybe a 10.05 at about 141, 142 mile an hour. Unfortunately, it ran into its boost safety at 29 PSI. It was wanting to hit about 30 pounds and a half. So we're gonna raise it up to a 32 PSI safety now rather than a 29 PSI safety. Should be able to make a full pass. We've also tweaked the JB4 just a little bit. I just got back to the shop now with the Turbo S. Finished up all the runs that we were comfortable with doing on it for the day. Tried to push it more, tried to turn up the maps, tried to put IAT spoofing to try and get around one little problem, octane. This car seems a little tapped out. It might be a little closer to E20. The ethanol percentage might be diluted here at the pump. That being said, this is pretty much our last day of nice weather. So we're just gonna have to wait for the upcoming season at Firebird Raceway to really lay it all down, get all the traction. We were dealing with like a ton of spinning issues. I even did boost reduction in first gear, tried 3 PSI and then tried 5 PSI. It just didn't help. This car is spinning like crazy right now. I would guess the car is making around 700 wheel horsepower, maybe 680 to 700 wheel horsepower. I plan to get this car onto a mainline dyno here locally at Paradigm Automotive. We'll get it over there soon, get it dynoed, see what kind of power it makes. At Firebird Raceway, I'll make sure to take some MS109 as well as some E85 jugs with us just to be able to maximize the performance with the JB4 on the stock Turbo S. I would imagine the car is probably gonna do about a 965 to a 97, 60 footing a 148. Hopefully with MS109 in the tank and the JB4 cranked up a bit, it'll see 142 to 143 mile an hour. This car is a ripper. I know it's a lot more expensive than a Tesla Plaid, but Teslas aren't cool. This is cool. This is pretty much the peak performance you can get under $1 million for an all-wheel drive supercar. Some of you guys don't call it a supercar. I consider it a supercar. It does supercar numbers, supercar price tag. It's a supercar, prove me wrong. This is gonna be the last video of our 2024 season. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It's been one hell of a year. 2025 is gonna be even better. I'm gonna go ahead and throw up some of my favorite videos from our 2024 season with our Burger Motorsports crew.
Because I don't think I would have pushed it that hard.
Over here working on this shit when all I want is an ice cream from McDonald's.
Pam, Hop in the car.
Shit, no tuning changes. Let's see what we get with our intake.
Get in the car.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
We got a full 3-inch charge pipe.
I'm watching it.
Jesus, take the wheel.
We're still on gate pressure. Hit those jumping jacks. Chris is just out here balling. Yeah, let's get some B-roll.
Bro, they're BMW Pumas. What the f? No, I never noticed that.
I'm at 826. Holy sh**.
Yeah, not bad.
Let's see. See if it puts the power down. Holy shit! Burger Motorsports family, let's head to Beamer Invasion.
Chick-fil-A breakfast is great. I go there and I get the burrito. Egg burrito is bomb.
They have Piology.
I might go to
What's-
Piology.
Oh, it's Piology. That's not Piology. Pime's never had fry sauce before. Didn't know what it was, so I had to make it for him.
Mayo and ketchup. He invented some crazy stuff, bro. Review from the fat boy. Oh, these are dry. Wow. Not bad.
Have our booth finally set up here at Beamer Invasion. We're so stoked to be here. See all of you guys. We're just out here walking around. Piem and Jason over at the booth. We got an M3 CS, another M3, another M3, another M3. I don't know why there's so many BMWs here, dude. There's like nothing else at this car meet.
Wait, why is there only BMWs there?
It's very non-inclusive.
What?
We'll run faster and faster and go back into time as fast as we can. Pime, what do you have here?
Back in at 335.
What you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm trying to make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip. In case the obstacle, my homie Tabby always had the hook up. You do
Me what you want, don't ever call me a side. You know what I want, girl, I'm trying to make you mine. Hey, yo, excuse me, please don't confuse me. Liquid in my cup, I keep it juicy, juicy.
I used to be like that way back then. I was way back then. I had bricks back then. I'm on the hip. In case the obstacle, my homie Tabby always had the hook up.
Don't think he ever really knew me. I run quite a distance, so
I'm not Arab, I'm Persian. Jacob knows. Jacob.
Jakob. Jakob.
What do you mean? It's his name.
I know. I never heard that. Jason.
Jacob! Are you gonna beat Jason's M340 in the Supra?
Let that shit
Wait till you see the recording. Wait, what?
Today, Junior?
Wastegate, the lawyer over here.
Hang on.
That guy.
What did you just say?
Oh, they spelled wastegate wrong.
Look at this thing.
Whoa.
Put your head
Raptor.
in it. Put your head in it.
I could fit my head in it.
Tilt your head.
Hang on, take a picture.
I'm genuinely so nervous right now.
Want to know the nice part about manual cars? They're way more fun.
Guys, welcome back to Burger Motorsports. Today we're with you. I am Cannon, I'm the brown version. Today we're here with Vladi. He is installing the Burger Motor catch can. If you haven't already, purchase one on our website right
So that pretty much ends it as far as the dyno sessions goes on the Burger Motorsports 135i. I know we didn't get the numbers we wanted, but I'm hoping that the end with the lights off and the flames suffice for the coolness of this video. We'll take it out and go get some runs on it now. I'll have Angel film it for us. Go follow us on our pages. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you don't already. Make sure to like this video, comment on it if you enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a great Christmas and a fantastic New Year. We'll catch you guys next time.
Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, who lived just north of Whoville, did not.